My name is Diane, and I started seeing Brett about 6 weeks ago. So I'm kind of new on the scene, but have gone through the journey with both my daughters and have seen remarkable changes. My daughter that came here first was in a very, very dark place, and I watched her life change before my eyes. So part of my plea to people is watch your kids, watch your family, and let them know it's okay to keep searching for answers. I was a caretaker to both my parents for about 19 years, lost both of them, and I told Brett when I came, I'm typical, I can get through any crisis, and 2 years later, I tend to have things go a little wrong, a little off, and I've struggled with digestive stuff off and on during these 20 years. Pretty much very grateful and thankful that I was healthy in terms of no major medical issues. Colon was okay, stomach was okay, the basic tests, but pretty much was sent home with, well, change your diet, eat fiber, lay off the red sauce, manage your stress. Well, I was a teacher and very busy raising daughters, and then my parents were both very, very sick, and I just learned to live with it. And this past year, I realized I just don't feel great every day. And listening to both their stories, I decided, you know what, it's time to pursue this a little bit more. When I came in, Brett, of course, and I should also say my husband saw Brett a year ago for some digestive issues and did wonders for him also, who's very hard-nosed about seeking help. And Brett made him feel very comfortable. So just that was very cool to see him feel like he could trust and go outside the box a little bit. So by the time I got here, I felt like I knew Brett and I had never met him. I thought I'd be food intolerant. I thought it's going to be dairy, it's going to be gluten. I had a stomach ache and bloating 24/7 the last 6 months, and probably for 20 years, daily to 4 to 5 times a week with issues. And it came back as an infection and bacteria. And probably a couple other things might be going on that we're looking at. I had extreme cramping in my legs, lots of restless leg at nighttime, sleeping horribly. I kind of thought it was all due to stress, coming down off of my parents and the death, and thinking, you know, it's just going to take time to feel better. And I didn't get better. In fact, I got worse. And just in my short, I think I'm 3 weeks in on supplements. That's been a journey to go through, and Brett's and the office they've just been awesome with supporting me when I had to call and say, wait a minute, I feel a little bit worse. They said that's all part of that healing and changing your whole system. But I cannot say enough about the whole office, but particularly looking for the problem and giving me the perspective that I don't have to feel bad, that it's okay to see what we can do and look further into it. And I would tell anybody that I talk to, I want the next 20 years to be a great quality of life. I'm 64 years old, I'm very active, very busy, and I realize I don't want to just be okay for the next several years. Besides feeling really crummy, I've already getting relief. I'm sleeping at night just with one of the supplements that he gave me, and couldn't say enough about that by itself. But I think important, very important, is that he is here. I feel like I could probably call and tell him just about anything. That's a weird feeling when you go to doctors and there's a place, and I fully support making sure you are medically okay. But when you go home with no answers, or you learn to think that this is just the way, this is as good as it's going to be, I would tell everyone, don't settle for that.